Okay guys, I was originally thinking about doing this on the fire, but then I realized I had some really good ribeyes. I haven't had a good ribeye in a while, and I thought I'd do this. I'm going to share with you my favorite way to cook a ribeye as the sun's going down. I'm getting this nice clean grill up to high for a bit. And I have 2 ribeyes. So my hands aren't super clean. These are monster steaks too. So what I'm gonna do, first I start with a sear. These are 2 Delmonico cut ribeyes. These are not cheap. You do not mess with these. So what I'm doing is just simple salt, pepper, and now my secret ingredient most times, I'm not doing my very special spice rub, which I'll show in the future, but I'm adding just a smidgen of, hopefully a smidgen of cumin. Just dust. As I've said in previous videos, the cumin makes the meat meatier. So, I'm gonna give that a couple seconds to cook on one side, and then I'm gonna flip them. Now, one of the things that I really want to do is I just want to give these a good sear. Since these are big cuts, I'm going to just sear them first. Tom, how do you like your steak done? Medium fine?
Medium's fine. I usually tend towards medium rare.
So. Now, I flip those really early, if you've noticed, for doing medium rare. Now, I have a reason behind that. And the reason behind that is I'm actually going to cook these partially a second time on the grill. Now, you could do this fire or whatever. What you want to do is basically have it close to the fire at first, and then bring them back a little bit afterwards. But you'll see. Now, basically what I'm going to do to these steaks is I'm going to slow cook them. But first I want that sear to give them that nice, delicious sear.
Got away from you for a bit.
Especially because these are thick cuts, they can handle a long cooking. And then afterwards we're going to enjoy these by fire. I don't want you mussing and fussing with these. You let them do their thing, you give them their time to react with the grill. You want a good steak, you don't muss, you don't fuss, you don't fiddle around with it. And I could do those diamond ones by halfway through doing this. I could easily just turn it, but you know what? Those nice diamond grates aren't that big of a deal to me. It's been cooking about long enough. I haven't been timing this. This is something I just mentally know. So let's see. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to... These aren't as done, but I'm going to actually do one more flip in just a second. I just didn't like the doneness of that previous side. Yep, I decided to go with it, with that, those char marks anyways. That's actually the first time I've done that, by the way, for the record. Oddly, on camera. Okay, now that these both have a good sear on them, essentially what I'm going to do is dropping down the heat. I'm going to flip these again in a bit. And I want to close this. And the reason being, I want these things to bake in here. You can do it by bringing the steaks off the fire a little bit. But in this case, I'm just using a grill environment because we didn't have a grate and I didn't feel like cooking them on the ashes directly. Though I do want to try that out in the future, just not with these cuts. Now it's been a little while, I don't know how long, it's just my internal clock told me to do this. I have an internal steak clock, by the way. The more I cook steak, the more it just speaks to me. And to me, these are almost done, if not done now. I'm going to cook them a couple more minutes just to let the fat melt. But then once they're done, they're good. I don't even know if we're going to have room in our stomachs for sides, which is why I'm not going to cook them until after. Okay guys, so these steaks are basically done. I'm going to check their other side, just make sure everything's hunky-dory. That's good. That's good. Now, you have the urge to probably cut right into these. And I will tell you what, don't. Let them sit for 5 minutes, then you can eat. The resting will settle the juices, and you won't be regretting letting them sit. Now I'm going to let this grill kind of self-clean itself a bit. Then we'll probably just sit over here and either eating down by the fire, eating down the table over here, and hopefully we'll have enough light to bring you along. I picked them because they're exactly the same. Okay guys, we've let this rest at least long enough. Now it's time for me and Tom to dig in.
Eat like kings.
Now, the reason I like ribeye is because they're fatty. And I love fat.
Fatty, fat, fat.
And you know, it would help if I actually cut into the steak to... Yeah, pretty good medium rare. Look at that, folks. Be jealous. And that cumin. God, I know how to cook. Yeah, folks, I could either remember to turn off the camera, edit it out, or I can make you guys sit here and watch me. But I'm going to do that. Let me back you up. Turn you up a little bit. Yeah, me and Tom are going to sit here and eat. I may keep the camera on. And I'll do some form of fun editing trick with it maybe. Depends on my mood. Now, most of the time I order my steaks rare. But when I cook ribeyes, I cook them medium rare, so medium. For this exact reason. We're going to do it slow cook. I can bet I'm going to eat every bit of this. Down to the fat. If you don't like the gristle, then pass it on over as well. I do. So, we're going to enjoy these ribeyes. I hope you guys enjoyed my favorite way of cooking ribeyes. And my name is Nate. I'm the Outdoorsman. You have a good day.